Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Detroit Lions taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last.
Crowd, great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So out come the Seahawks. And they will key quarterback.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Fights him off. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. 2 trips to the yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And he'll be taken. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Broken tackle, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him already, and it's a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup from the 25. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down at the 21. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to 2nd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back. And
the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. The Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. The board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Well, the Lions offense getting ready. Now it's Jared Goff.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that was something around.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10, Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they'll work this down to the... So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second. So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 8. Here's Goff. A quick throw knocked away at the Seahawk defense. Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be #1 and to be the top of your profession.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice figuring out. Okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. Showed a good move, yard line. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Brings it just past the 15, able to avoid the play. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get. After 1, 7-0. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he's got it past the 30 before he's back. Rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. They'll look to throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Catch and run. Working with a lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, Metcalf, what a catch. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Time. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about...
And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2?
And he will. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. It's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out.
Not about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
In the first half, I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Sometimes those tip balls turn out to be... Everyone's got to go up and get it. In this case...
Well, we talk about tip drills for defensive players like you, but what about the offensive guys? They do any... And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get.
Fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. That's to the right sideline. And it
I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Throwing on third. Goff. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
And now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Jonathan Coachman, he'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all. Tackle by Emmanuel Mosley. Now 2nd and 9. His throw in.
Their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
It's a big play there for Seattle, and even 40 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field? Who has big playability? And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jamar Chase, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So this offensive unit.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like
the kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. The Lions will use the first stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Goff now looking to throw. Across the middle, he's got it complete to St. Brown. Timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Play action. It's Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
This is taken at the 15. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Leaping, and he makes the grab. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first.
Determined to get the first down there. No hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, You still look at your defense and not give them that opportunity.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that's... So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Packers who have the lead as that game approaches halftime. Romeo Doubs, a touchdown reception. Next, we'll head east. It's on to Cincinnati as we check in on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. The Bills trying to finish that one off and claim victory.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Ball first here to begin quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, I certainly think they're going to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. Hands it off out of the gun. Runs over him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 101 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting strong.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Seahawks take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Oh, my goodness. How about this start to a season? I mean, it doesn't get much better. 2 touchdowns, remember, last week in the opener.
And look ahead and say 4 next week? Is that too much to ask for? That's what he's dreaming about right now. That's what his team's thinking about. But, boy, what a start for him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. So here come the game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that we're in the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good and run. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Gone. That's complete to Laporta. He's into space past the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Sam Laporta with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. So it's 75 yards, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he
continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like to get there. And boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
They'll try for the first with Walker, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to...
But he was first among rookies in carries, yards, and touchdowns, and was the Rookie of the Year runner-up.
Nifty move. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big hitter there.
That's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue.
It's Bowser that time who made the play on the defensive side. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And complete to Smith and Jigba. The result live now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 5 yards is... This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute. Back into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here. And 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold. I agree with you. No question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think they're down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended, go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
A throw over the middle taken in. They get 11 back on that one. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now. The offense on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is gone. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense, wreaking havoc with a sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
A lot of field behind them. Get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense.
They'll try and 3 yards, and that'll
just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now...
Terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, That gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now.
By them at this point of the game.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so, and maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset.
To the Lions. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you. Frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And not much to speak of. Call it a Wicks. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw. Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. Still going inside the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail.
Won't be able to smile about it.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And the lead is down to 24. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the end result, a Detroit. Lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the on.
Nothing else. Now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dice do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right.
A 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to.
Way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Pass taken it. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. If you do, good to be towards the sideline. Saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession. There, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory. 2nd down and 4. Goff throwing again. He's got it to Will. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 carries. Right back to him on 1st down. Shifts by him. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Now the Seahawks. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final time stoppage here as we step aside. They'll try to run the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And it'll come out to the 25 as the Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 2 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. One last throw here for Goff. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So the victory here for Seattle. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.